Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Mr. Anthony Show. Damn it, let's go. What? Y'all already know what it is, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, man. Welcome to another episode. I really appreciate y'all tuning in. And y'all already know, we always start and end with the love for the people. Because it ain't about me. It's about y'all. And without y'all, there's no me. So I truly appreciate all the love and support. I will never, ever take it for granted. As we speak right now, the Mr. Anthony Show is 3 months old. And we have currently surpassed 141,000 views on YouTube. And cracked over 10,000 subscribers in 3 months, man. Come on. Let's go, baby. And it's all due to y'all. Y'all did that. I just created the content, but y'all showed up and showed love for your boy. So please continue to do that, and I will continue to do my part to spread nothing but love and positive energy throughout this here planet we living on. So as y'all know, we about to get the show started, and we got another one for you. We got another good one. 2 topics, and I'm going to react to both of them. I'm going to speak on it. So let's go ahead and drop topic number 1.
The only way you can get a cure from a disease is from the disease itself. I come from the streets. The only thing that gonna save the streets is something that come from it. I used to be a monster. I didn't know what a man was, cause when now. But my brother got shot 56 times with an AK-47, and they left him out in the rain for 4 hours in front of my mama. Everybody that lost some. Pain, lack is what breed killers. Lack of resources. Boy, we don't know that back going to get no job and the refrigerator empty. And we 14 years old and can't go get no job to pay that bill, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to know how to help us, man. You know what I'm talking about? Help heal this pain, man. Because this pain sits so deep and it'll create a monster, man. And y'all hear us out here saying we on demon time and them little boys be dead serious until the devil show up. I'm 5'5" in physical stature, but I'm 7'4" in spirit. You know what I'm talking about? What's going to change this environment, man, is us changing our mind. Because we manifest what's in our mind because we've been given behavioral scripts. When I look at y'all, I see me. When y'all look at me, y'all see y'all because we're a mirror reflection of each other. And what we have in common is the struggle. And struggle is every part of life, man. You see what I'm saying? Y'all looking at a man that died inside. Y'all want to see the living dead. You looking at it. The only reason I'm here is because God got me here. I'm supposed to been on death row. But he saved me. And I'm telling y'all this from the perspective of a real hitter. That's what we're going to stop at right there, man. They say we can't stand together for nothing. That's a lie. I come from Crip background, man. We stand together in that. Until somebody asks me, why would you be willing to die for a stranger who you don't know because of a blue color we have in common rather than live your life for them babies that you helped create, man? I'm just not getting to know my children, man. You hear me? Y'all daddy could be me if he ain't dead already. My daddy went never there. He chose the streets over us. My mama sold her body to put food on the table, but I ain't see her as no hoe. I saw my mama. That part.
Man. I don't even know how to come behind that, y'all. Give it up for that brother, man. Damn. That gave me chills, man. That hit right there, man. The passion he delivered that message with alone. But you can tell it was real. And he felt it. You know, brother been through a struggle. Like a lot of people, everyone's struggle is different, but a struggle is a struggle nonetheless. Some hit harder than others, of course, but a struggle is a struggle. And you could see the passion in that brother's heart. He said, I should have been on death row, but God saved me. You know, there's purpose. We all have a purpose. But we got to start listening to this young generation, because they trying to tell us. They trying to tell us things, and we don't listen because we're stuck in the old school ways. You know, we stuck in our ways, the way we were raised. You feel me? For those that's within my generation, we got to listen to them. They know what's going on out there now. We don't. Because we tuned into building lives and legacies for them, to leave something for them when we gone. You know, that brother said, you know, he knew his mama was selling her body, but he ain't see her as no hoe. I saw her as my mama. You know, remind me of this song, Dear Mama song from Pac. You know, he ain't see her as no crackhead. He saw her as his mama. So, man, that was, man, damn. Shout out to that brother, man. I gotta pull his name back up and kind of see what he on right now, because he got some passion about him. But, you know, nonetheless, you know, we want to not forget, you know, the struggle is real. Because a lot of times, you know, if we get ourselves in a situation where things are semi-okay or whatever you would consider okay, you know, you get too comfortable. You tend to forget, you know, where it come from, where you come from. You know, the fact of the matter that majority of us, at least people of color for sure, done started from some level normally, you know, without means. So there's always been some level to some degree of a struggle to get ahead. And then, you know, once we start to push through these boundaries, you know, we got to keep our minds and our focus on, you know, giving back and reaching back and pulling brothers like this, you know, up with you and offering opportunities to folks. You know what I'm saying? God bless this brother. He obviously done made it, you know, through the storm, you know, that he went through, you know, this brother being shot up, man, you know, that's real, you know. But when you make it through a situation like that and you got a testimony, because that was a true testimony. When you got a testimony like that, you know, or whatever your testimony is, you know, everybody got one. Everybody got one. And it's only going to be finalized by you. So whatever we do in life is going to be our testimony, right? What they talk about in the eulogy. You know, in the eulogy, they got to bottle you up in what, 2-3 paragraphs? He came, he went, he made, he left. What's going to be in between them words for each one of us? You know, we got control of that. And that brother now has control to rewrite his book too, because he was saved. Man, what a beautiful story. Damn. Shout out to that brother, man. For real. Let's keep it rolling, baby. Let's get on over to topic number 2.
This is sad, but it's true. Most of us don't know how to read the room. And when I talk about reading the room, I mean we don't know how to discern the folk that are around us, or the folk that's in our space. And consequently, we keep getting our hearts broken and our feelings hurt because we find out that people are pretenders and imposters. We find out that everybody that is in our face is not necessarily in our corner. We find out that smiling faces tell lies. One of the ways you need to read the room is you need to see how people handle your wins. Always be mindful of people who are loud on your losses but silent on your successes, because what you're dealing with is a hater in disguise. You're dealing with an imposter who is not around you for the purpose of supporting you, but rather for the purpose of undermining you. And if we're not careful, we will give our best spaces to the worst people. If we're not careful, we will allow people to occupy seats they're not qualified for. And this is the truth, y'all. Fake friends are more dangerous than real enemies.
They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabbers. Backstabbers. Y'all know how they do it. You know how they do it. And they usually the closest ones to you. The ones you wouldn't even think that would be hating on you in the background. The ones you wouldn't even think they done stole from you. Them the ones. And unfortunately, it's sometimes your closest friends and family members that screw you over the most. Because they know to a certain extent they get a pass. To a certain extent, depending on how egregious the situation is. But those like that tend to know that maybe worst case scenario, the friendship's over. But that's the selfish part of people. They're willing to sacrifice, because a good friendship, good relationship, good family, that ain't something that's just a given. You know what I mean? It's a luck of the draw. You can't control who your family is, unfortunately, right? It's fortunate and unfortunate. But at the same time, these are just certain things that's not in your control. You can't control who your family is, but you can definitely control who you bring close to you in reference to friendship. I guess family too, because you can distance yourself from them or just kick them completely to the curb. It just really, depends on the situation. But, the moral and the bottom line, rather, is just you got to watch the people. You got to watch the company that you keep. You got to know the room. You got to know your personnel. And keep in mind that only like minds should be using your energy. These are the only people who are really worth you giving your real energy to. You always have, different times and situations where you're around a certain group of people or whatever. And I guess you can call them some level of associates, I guess. You know what I mean? And, you tend to just figure it out as you go and just get through the situation of the whatever it is, and then you just go on about your business, But as far as the people who you really giving your time to, who you spending the most time with, these should be like-minded people. People who can push you. People who want to see you do better, be better, see you grow, and get your glow on. These are the people who should be in your circle on a daily basis. But nowadays, you just don't know. You don't know what angle, people are coming from. You don't know what their real true intentions are. But the only thing that you can do is just, damn it, don't have the blinders on and be focused and zeroed in, because most of the time they'll show you. At some point, all pretenders will show you who they are. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Like they say, cheaters gonna cheat, right? Sooner or later, you gonna show it. You gonna get caught. Whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, you'll slip, man. Ask any of the greatest dudes that ever ran the street. All of them ended up dead or in jail. One way, you get caught. You can't hide and pretend forever. Everything that's done in the dark will come into the light. So keep your eyes open. Watch the company that you keep. Man, I love that message. Both of these topics on this episode had two different levels of passion in the way that it was felt and delivered. However, still similar. One based on the struggle and the lack of resources available, which created the environment that he had to come up in and try to get out of. Those resources and those unfortunate lack of opportunities and all of these other things that all you know is the streets. But he found a way through. Second topic. Watch the company that you keep, baby. Everybody ain't who they say they is. Backstabbers. Gotta watch them, baby. Keep your eyes open. Blinders off. Blinders off. Sooner or later, they'll show their face. They will. It's always going to be a slip up. You just got to be ready to catch it when it happens. But along the way, pray that you got a good circle. You can control it. Pick the right people. Those with like minds, the people that push you, not expecting and waiting on you to push them. People who can be assets, not liabilities. You have to recategorize people, put them in their proper place in your world. Then you can just move how you move. We done made it to the end of the Mr. Anthony Show. I most definitely appreciate all the love and support. Once again, continue to be great. Be blessed. Love on one another. Turn around and get somebody a hug right now, damn it. Go find your loved one and give him or her or them a hug. And tell him you love them. And until the next episode, y'all be blessed out there.